The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for all your photographic needs. Senior portraits, family portraits, sports, and more. Visit Daryl online at darylbarnes.com.
High School Bulldogs. I'm Daryl Barnes, joined here by Coach Rick over at Elgin Academy. And I think it's going to be a good one. What you think?
Well, first of all, Daryl, how are you doing, man? Merry Christmas to you. Hope you had a good one. Thanks for bringing me out for another day of basketball here. The good news for these two teams is that somebody has to win it, right? We've got two teams that are struggling out of the gate, 1-9 and 0-11. But somebody gets to get away with the win today. So if I'm coaching these teams, I'm telling my team, both of my guys, this is a winnable game. Let's get after it. Let's see who comes out with a hot start.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be an exciting game. I mean, I haven't had a chance to see either of these teams, but looking at their record, hopefully we're going to come out, we're going to have both sides come out and have a competitive game.
Yeah, there should be a sense of urgency for both teams, right? When you're winless on the season, definitely a sense of urgency there. And then Grant is a storied school, right? They have lots of history of winning. So that for them to come out 1-9, something that they're not excited about. Let's see how they come out today.
And right before this game starts, we're going to hear from our season sponsor, Bear Family McDonald's. This game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. And with that, Grant has won the tip-off, and they're looking to get their offense going, swinging it to the wing, taking a nice drive down the paint, and that one no good. Prairie Ridge dribbling it up to midcourt, passing it back. It looks like Grant is in the 3-2, and they reverse it up to the top of the key, back to the wing, swings it over to the top, shot fake, dribble, baseline, nothing, and then back to the top of the key. Flash middle, and that bucket is good by number 34, Goodshaw, Ryan Goodshaw.
That's good patience right off the bat. Like you said, they're in a 3-2 zone. A lot of ball movement, get the ball in the middle, start the game off with a nice little mid-range jump shot. And then Grant answers here with a turnover, so not a great start by them.
Yup, so it'll be ball going back to Prairie Ridge and the Wolves. Let's see what they have now. Luke Wolf bringing it up the court, passes it off to the wing, down to the corner, out to the short corner, back to the top of the key. Good ball movement here by Prairie Ridge, making the zone work.
He snuck in behind it again, can't finish.
Nothing that went for the offensive rebound, couldn't quite get that one.
Those layup opportunities are hard to come by. When you get them, you want to convert them.
And that three from the corner, no good by Grant. And now the ball swinging back around, back to this good ball movement against this zone. Prairie Ridge trying to get some interior looks, move the ball to the middle, and then that shot, number 4, Mason Lux, no good. And then another turnover here, just on the minimal pressure by Prairie Ridge.
Yeah, this is what you call morning game, Daryl. 9 o'clock game, and Both teams still maybe a little in bed. It was Christmas Day yesterday. Just coming out a little sloppy. Let's see if they can clean it up here as the game goes on.
Yep, and I'm sure that's something both coaches would like to see as Prairie Ridge keeps moving the ball back to the wing, now dribbles down to the corner. And then they get it inside. And that's another bucket for Ryan Goodshaw. 4 points on the day so far, and the only 4 points on the game. And now Prairie Ridge coming out in a 2-2-1 press.
Now, when I'm looking out there for Prairie Ridge, I'm not seeing a ton of size, right? I'm seeing a lot of guard play. They're trying to swing the ball around, and Grant's going to sit back in the zone. That's actually going to play into the hands of Prairie Ridge. Hopefully, maybe at some point they realize that they don't have a lot of size. They extend this pressure a little bit and get after him.
Yup, and it'll definitely allow them to allow their guards to do what they can do, play to their strengths, instead of forcing them to try and pound down low. And now Grant moving it around against Prairie Ridge's zone and getting to the basket. It'll be 2 shots for number 22, Chad Keegston.
Shout out to my guy, Chad Keegston. That's an AGB player. I've been working with him for a couple of years. He's a freshman starting on the varsity team. He's a versatile scorer, can score inside, outside, and one of my favorite players to coach because he loves to pass the ball, Daryl. You would relate to that. I know you were a sharer as well. You're a defender and a sharer. Chad is a sharer. He likes to share the ball. Nice to see him go on the line. Didn't convert the first one. See if we can get the second one here.
Yeah, and Chad, being a freshman, he's already got that varsity size that he needs. So that'll definitely play to his ability to be successful throughout the season as he converts on the second one.
Yeah, they conservatively have him listed at 6'1". I've stood next to Chad, and I'm a good 6'3.5", and Chad's up there around where I'm at. So maybe they got some 8th grade stats here or something.
And that 3 is good for Prairie Ridge from the corner. Number 23, Bennett Barr.
If you're Prairie Ridge, you can't ask for anything more, right? They're coming out there, got a 7-1 lead, and they've had several layup opportunities.
Yep, but if they're going to want to keep this lead, they're going to have to prevent Grant from being able to do that. Just get right through the press and get an easy layup. Now Prairie Ridge moving it back around. Putting a little bit more pressure on them, Grant is. And that's another 3 from the same corner. Mason Lukes. And that time to take is no good.
Yeah, when you're putting pressure up, that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for people to play too fast, get into shots that they don't want to take, shoot them off the side of the backboard. That'll play right into your hands.
Yup, and that's exactly what Prairie Ridge has been able to do so far and why they have a 10-3 lead. But let's see now as it looks like Grant is turning up the pressure or getting into a man, it looks like.
Yeah, I didn't think this was going to take very long. Nice job by the coach recognizing that they've got some shooters, but they may not necessarily have any penetrators or inside players, so let's match them up. I expect them, Grant to take over the rest of this quarter now that they figure that out.
Yep, and now that's a shot from the corner for them, and that is good. Number 34, McCall Ashley. And then a good take there by number 3 for Prairie Ridge. Going the other way now. And there's your guy, Coach Rick, the AGB player, Chad Keegston.
Definitely wanted to respect it and let it go in, but I know that guy's game. Once his feet are set, he gets that nice rotation. He's going to make those at a high clip.
Now interior feed there. And it's going the other way for Grant. Like you said, Grant's starting to get back into this game and starting to take over a little bit. Still down 1, and here's another 3 by Keegston. That one no good.
You see the beautiful spin on that shot, though. That's the sign of a shooter. He may have been short on that one, but Chad's going to get that great rotation on all of his shots. You need to close out on him. If you don't, he can make you have a long night.
Yep, and that's a nice interior feed, and then a layup there for Prairie Ridge. Bennett Barr, I should say, with a basket there. And then Prairie Ridge now dropping into a 3-2 zone of their own.
Good patience here by Grant, just kind of moving the ball side to side. That's what you want to do against the zone, make them rotate. And hopefully you can get a good shot on the back end.
Yeah, they're going to feel out for those rotations, and then there's another pull up there and offensive board, and then That one just couldn't get it to finish. Prairie Ridge going the other way.
Point blank range right in front of the rim. You want to come up with those.
Yeah. And then that three, no good for Prairie Ridge. Board there by Grant. And then moving it over to the wing. Back to the top of the key. Dribble, sizing up the zone. Kicks it to the corner. And that time no good. But they're going to get a foul down on, it looks like Prairie Ridge, either on the box out or over the back. Yep, so that foul on Ryan Hansen. And we're getting some subs coming in for both sides, it looks like. And then Grant just lobs it up and just couldn't get the finish. Good tip there by Luke Wolf.
And that play right there out of bounds shows you their versatility, their length inside. Or anytime you can run an out of bounds play where the only thing you need to do is throw it in the air, that shows you have the size advantage. So that's something I look for Grant to take advantage of as this game goes on.
Yup, down there on that play, they were trying to throw it up to Neil Cuxton, a 6'7" senior. And that was a nice steal there by Mason Lukes, and then a good finish down there by his teammate. And that's what Prairie Ridge wants. They know that they don't have the size advantage. They don't have a 6'7" kid down low, but if they can just play solid defense and turn that defense into offense like they did there, they feel like this game could be theirs.
Yeah, and sometimes you want solid defense. Sometimes, though, if you got somebody playing sloppy offense like we are right now, that drive there down the middle, you know, if you're playing sloppy offense, sometimes just okay defense creates turnovers. So, you know, I want to see Grant take care of the ball as this game goes on.
Yup, and Prairie Ridge finding another low post opportunity, and then that one no good. Grant pushing it the other way. Over to the wing, trying to get something going on, and they push it back to the top of the key. Over to the wing.
It's another former AGB player checked into the game here, number 5, Mikhail Savitra. Good young man. Quick, nice release. Good defense there. Nice cut off of the baseline. And then rotation behind it. You're right, Gerald. Prairie Ridge is definitely active in their zone. They're getting after the guards here. I still just think that at the end of the day, Grant is being sloppy with the basketball. If they can just take their time, they have the size advantage. They can get this ball inside anytime they want to.
And that's something I'm sure that Coach Wayne Bosworth is going to tell his team in these coming breaks in the action that they're going to have. And what a shot there at the end of the quarter.
Big time, man.
Jalen Rios pulling it from, what, 5 feet beyond the line?
Yeah, that's what we call an old bank. You want to leave me open. I mean, from 21 feet, 22 feet, that's where people are shooting now these days. So nice shot there. That'll change the pace of the quarter here. It looks like it was a bad quarter. Now they get to go into the second quarter down 2.
Yep, and now with that, we're going to take it into a commercial break.
I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
And we're back from that commercial break. We're going to hear it from one of our other sponsors, Rosen Hyundai. Save time, shop online, Rosen Hyundai. Rosen. And we're back in action here at the start of the second quarter. Prairie Ridge up 14-12 on the Grant Bulldogs. Grant now back in that 3-2 zone that they came out to start the game. And Prairie Ridge moving the ball along the outside, along the perimeter.
Now this is a long and active zone as well, so Grant's looking for deflections here. They want to try to make these passing lanes difficult, but all game long, Prairie Ridge is taking their time. They've gotten good 3-point shots, and in the first quarter, they certainly made them at a high enough clip to have a 2-point lead.
Yep, but this time Bar Bennett couldn't get that 3 to go, and Grant coming down and just pulling it. That shot no good for Ashley. And then the follow, got fouled on the follow there for Neil Knudsen.
Neil, again, showing his length as an advantage. You know, shot goes off the rim. You don't box him out. He can just get up, grab it above you, see if he can convert these into two.
And the first one off the front of the rim and then in. Showing a little bit of touch there on the free throw. And now checking in for Prairie Ridge, number 34, Ryan Goodshaw. Had a couple of baskets right around the hoop in the first quarter. And the second shot, that one's good too. So now the score 14-14, all tied up here to start the second quarter. Prairie Ridge taking it up, kicks it over to the corner, back to the top of the key, and then moving the ball just like they have all game. Doing a good job making the zone work, and then over to the corner.
These are basically read and react principles that they're using here. Just kind of a 5-out, sort of whatever my guy does sort of sends a message to what I do next. It's a very common system run in high school basketball, and they're running it pretty well right now.
And that one working out for him with a wide open three there for Mason Lux. And he's hit a couple of those already with 6 points on the night, 2 threes. Now let's see how Grant responds. They try and hoist up 3 of their own. That one no good for Jalen Rios. And then driving baseline. And a nice reverse layup there by Luke Wolf of Prairie Ridge. And it looks like we have a replay of that 3 from Lux.
Yeah, feet set, elbow in, nice release. Nothing but the bottom. You always like to see that. That'll get you out of his zone really quick. Let's see if Grant stays stubborn with it. But if you're going to shoot the ball that well, we've got to man you up.
Yup, and then as we were seeing that, Grant was able to get a basket right there. Mikhail Ashley right around the hoop. And then there's Lux again with the 3, no good that time. And then Grant pushing it up the court. Keekson on the wing, shoots it, and that's good.
There's that spin that he's known for, that beautiful rotation. Feet set, you got a crowd, Chad. Get him to put the ball on the floor. You give him that kind of space, he's going to have a nice day.
Yup, and then a turnover there by Prairie Ridge. A good job of forcing a turnover there by Grant. And now let's see what they're looking for. Ashley takes it down the hoop, spin, shoots it, and it's good. That was a shooter's touch right there off the spin move. Driving to the basket and making something happen in the paint.
Well, you see there, I mean, he's got an athletic body out there. It's going to be difficult for Prairie Ridge to keep him from where he wants to go. I look for him to impose his way a little bit more. Grant finally taking the lead here after trailing most of the game. So it's nice to see them in front and see what they do with it.
Yep, now with about a little under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Grant up 21-19. And taking the ball to the basket. And that'll be Luke Bedresin taking it to the free throw line. That foul on Bennett Barr, his first foul, team's 4th. Now let's see if Luke can hit these 2 free throws, tie the game, or extend their lead actually that they have. First one is good. We're gonna get some subs for both sides. And it looks like for Prairie Ridge checking in, it was number 3, Connor Linden.
Yeah, so this game, you know, but the sport of basketball can be a lot like the sport of boxing in that, you know, what you want to do is you want to start hitting people low, get those gut punches and wear them down as the game goes on. And then you can hit them with big shots later. But Grant right now starting to realize they have the size advantage. Impose your will inside. And as that goes on, I expect them to kind of control this game. Prairie Ridge, though, does have that great neutralizer, which is the 3-point shot. So if they can hit threes, they can stay in the game.
Yep, and that's really been the story of why Grant has come back. And now as they try and drive baseline, get a baseline drive, baseline drift, that one knocked out of bounds, and it'll stick with them. But yeah, as you said, if you work the ball inside, then a lot of the outside shot opportunities will open up, and it'll make things a lot easier on your guards on the perimeter. But Grant taking advantage of their size will benefit them throughout this game.
Yeah, it just takes the confidence away from the other team too. And you know, anytime someone's able to get layups on you inside, it just beats down your confidence. So I always encourage the teams that I'm coaching, let's play inside first, outside second.
Yup, and that shot, that mid-range shot, good by Bennett Barr, and ball hit the ref right there. Ref tried to duck out of the way, but stayed in bounds because of that. And then Prairie Ridge is going to get 2 free throws out of that. Ryan Hansen going to the line.
It's a heads-up play by the ref, but also a heads-up play by the player to realize the ref is part of the sport. If it hits off the ref, that ball is live, and as a result, he's at the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rule that I didn't even know.
Yeah. As long as the ref is not standing out of bounds. If the ref is standing out of bounds and he hits him, then he's out of bounds. But if he's in the court of play, could roll off his foot, that ball is live.
Well, I mean, you coach AAU and you coach over at Elgin Academy, and that free throw is good. So those are the type of things that we would expect you to know, and that's why we got you here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Got our rules expert here. Now that pass, no good.
So I had a chance to call South Elgin the other day. It was nice to see you out there on the basketball court. So you've got playing experience. You got experience here in the booth. Which one do you prefer, Daryl? Where do you like to be, up here or down there?
I mean, really, my dream is to make it onto ESPN.
Okay.
You know, to be up in the booth somewhere and just talking about the game that I love and spreading my knowledge that I got from you and all the rest of the coaches that I've played for. And after a tough sequence of events there for Grant, it'll be going the other way, Prairie Ridge ball. But yeah, you know, I enjoy playing, but I know that for me, it's only going to go so far. So I'm just trying to pivot and focus my way more into the broadcasting side.
Well, here's what I know about you, Daryl. This is why I love our game, right? So many things that we do out here on this court, they do translate into what we do outside the court. So I've had the pleasure of coaching you for years, and I know how you approach a practice. I know how you approach your everyday routine. You're a hardworking kid. You're a kid who's committed to what you do on a daily process. If you do that, you can do anything you want to do, whether it's broadcasting or otherwise. So I know you already know this, but I'm saying it publicly. I think the world of you, man, and I know you got big things ahead of you.
I really appreciate it, Coach. And now it'll be Prairie Ridge going back to the line. Ryan Gutshaw. And that foul looks like it was on Randall Holm, his first, team's second. And getting a couple of subs coming in for Prairie Ridge. We got Lux coming back in, and we got number 12, Ethan Impasses. And then both free throws good there. Putting Prairie Ridge down just one, 24-25. Grant up, I should say, 25-24, with about 2 minutes left in this quarter. And I'm trying to work inside now, swinging the ball, and a good deflection there by Impasses.
Now, as I'm watching this Prairie Ridge team play, honestly, if I walked in and I didn't have the records in front of me, I wouldn't look at you and say this is a winless basketball club. They're moving the ball well. They shoot the ball well. They've got interchangeability on defense, which is something that you always want. I mean, anyone can guard anyone, maybe with the exception of number 4. But for the most part, they're all over the floor. And, you know, the scoreboard maybe hasn't been on their side for 11 times, but they're playing good basketball right now.
Yeah, they really are. And that one good for Chad Keyston, putting Grant up by 3. But yeah, Prairie Ridge is doing a nice job playing within themselves. They're not trying to do things that they can't do. They're playing to their team's strengths. They're allowing their guards just to do what they can do and try and penetrate and dish like they did there, but it goes out of bounds. But yeah, that's something that they're doing well. Their defense, they're doing good. They're playing hard and they're buying in, and I think that's what's helping. But they're definitely doing a better job than their record would suggest.
This is the key right here, though. I mean, not to harp on it, but this man-to-man pressure. I know they hit the three-point there, but that was a contested three-pointer against a really strong closeout. Those are the shots you want to force them into. When they were sitting back in the zone, I felt like they were getting layup opportunities. They were getting uncontested three-pointers. So I look to see Grant stick in this man-to-man and just impose their size and strength as the game goes on.
Yup, and talk about size and strength right there. They were able to just Randall Holm get to the basket, bang down low, and get a layup. But Yeah, that's definitely something that you notice when they're switching in between this zone and this man. And, man, is that going to be, what is that, and one?
Yeah, that's a nice take. He used the 1 foot layup, man. That takes a lot of practice there to go off the right foot, right hand layup. Nice play there by number 15.
Yup, Ryan Hansen just hit the three-pointer a minute ago, and now seeing if he can convert three the old-fashioned way with the and one, and he does. And we're going to get a sub here for Grant. 6'7" Neil Knudsen checking back in. So Prairie Ridge now up 30, up by 1 with a minute left to go.
They're trying to turn their zone into more of a trapping zone, see if they can't get Grant to play fast and turn one over. Doing a nice job spacing the floor right now.
Yup, and then Grant swinging the ball. Kind of got a spread action going. And up top, Ashley with a shot and with a three, and it's good.
If you've been watching, he's been aggressive all game long. He's looking for a shot. He knows he has an advantage. He's not shy. And as a result, he's our game-leading scorer right here with double digits here in the first half.
Yup, and then that shot no good for Prairie Ridge. Looks like it's going to go. Yup, that one's going to go over to Grant. Yup, Ashley with 10 points. Definitely hasn't been scared to let the ball go. He's been aggressive, like you said, both down low and on the outside.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be. I mean, you only get one chance to play this sport. You get 4 years to do it. I always tell kids, maximize your time out on the court, not to encourage selfish play, but certainly aggressive play. There's no point in being on the floor if you're not going to be looking to score the ball.
Yup, and now with 5 seconds left, he's looking up to get this last shot. And that one's good to end the half, putting Grant up by 5 going into halftime. Mikal Ashley having a good half.
Yeah, you could see it in his eyes. He wanted that shot. He took that shot with confidence, and he hits it. Let's take a look at it here as he spaces the floor. His team knows he's going to take the shot, so that no one's in a rush. He waits for it to make sure it's the final shot of the quarter, and he nails it. Nice shot.
Yeah. I think we're going to get a replay here. Yup, he just knew the time, knew there wasn't much left, and he just elevated right over the shorter lucks and just hit it.
To paraphrase the great Stacey King, right? Too big, too fast, too strong, too whatever he said. But that's what that was. I mean, that was a good defense by number 4. But, you know, when I'm 6'4" and you're 5'8", good luck getting a hand up on my shot.
Yup, and with that said, Grant up by 5 here at the first game of the third day of the Jim Hinkle Holiday Classic. We'll see you guys after this halftime break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to overreact to three-point makes in this game. Prairie Ridge came out hot, hit a couple three-pointers against that 3-2 zone, but as I expected, Grant switched to a man-to-man, and then on the offensive end, number 34, Michael Ashley, combined with freshman Chad Keesgan, they have 22 points of the 35 points. They have dominated this game with just athleticism, size, strength, shot making. So I look for that to continue here in the second half, but never forget the great equalizer. Prairie Ridge can shoot well from the outside. I give them a chance to win this ball game.
Yep. And don't forget, this game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. And don't forget our friends at Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. But yeah, like you said, it was really a more physical game for Grant. They were able to impose their strength in the low post, in the paint, and take advantage of Prairie Ridge's lack of size. But with that said, Prairie Ridge still played a really good first half, like we talked about. They didn't look like an 0-11 team out there.
Not at all.
They looked like a team playing for something.
Yeah, absolutely, and they should, right? I mean, you want to get your first win. Now this is how this works, right? I mean, Grant is saying you can get your first win, just not against us, right? They want to extend that one more day. But if you're Prairie Ridge, you're playing with a sense of urgency. Every single 50-50 ball belongs to you. You cannot afford to lose the 50-50 game when you don't have a win on the season. I've been impressed with their effort. What you're seeing though is just a lack of size and strength, right? They don't have the matchup ability to stop Grant from going where they want to go. But shot making cures all.
And they've done a decent job from behind the arc in the first half. We saw who was it? Mason Lukes. He had a couple threes that were real timely and that affected the momentum. But now let's take a look and see how Grant comes out to start this second half of action. And Chad Keegson, the freshman, coming out to start the second half. A nice roll there by Ashley, and that one just got away from him. He couldn't really do much with it.
Yeah, that was surprising to me to see an athlete of his size and stature get put inside position and then fumble it. He's just got to realize who he is and how strong he is. Just kind of hold his ground. He's got himself a layup opportunity that results in bare minimum a foul.
And then Prairie Ridge turn around with the wing three. That one no good. Gets an offensive rebound though, and a couple quick passes. And Mason Lukes again from behind the arc.
I've been real impressed with him. He's the smallest guy out on the court in size, but not in game. He has been bringing his game out here today, defensively and offensively. Nice and one there.
Yup, we saw Lukes on one side of the basket getting a three, and now let's see who is the number 32. Actually, don't think we have his name in our book, but let's see if he can get three from the free throw line by way of the and one, and he does. Oh, there it is. Carter K. My apologies to him, but Carter K there with the and one and the free throw.
Don't apologize to him, Daryl. He didn't score in the first half, so that's why you didn't know his name. He's got to get himself active and get going.
Well, he could have scored there again, but they missed him throwing it up the court. But then Ashley bringing it down, kicking it to the corner. And then Chad trying to make something happen, take it to the hoop. And then ball movement here by Grant, trying to make Prairie Ridge work.
They haven't seen much man-to-man today. Grant excited to get it, and here's a shot by their leading scorer, just off.
Yep, but an offensive rebound there, and it's going to be a foul down low on Luke Wolf. Let's see, I believe that's his second. Yeah, so that'll be his second, and then the second of the half here for a second for the team for Prairie Ridge. And Chad Keegson looking to get it in, throws it up. Now Keegson on the wing.
Mason using that good low center of gravity to stop dribble penetration. Like I said, I've been real impressed with him today. If Prairie Ridge is able to come back and win this game, it'll be because of the efforts of Mason, number 4.
Yup, and now that time Grant was able to get a score right there around the basket. Prairie Ridge coming down.
Number 5 tried to set a screen on Ashley. That didn't go so well for him.
And there's another 3 by Mason Luke. He's putting together a nice start to the half, really. I mean, having 6 quick points. He only had 6 in the first half, but now he has 12 points leading his team. And now down low, stuck on what I thought was going to be a bad matchup, as he's able to come up with the ball, and that time wasn't able to finish on the break as he had the bigger Ashley running.
Yeah, you don't
from behind.
You want the layup make, okay, but how about the fact that he's being posted up? He does not give up position. He digs out on that feather steal and creates a transition opportunity. Like I said, he has just been the absolute iron will of his team. They are down 4, and it is because of number 4.
Yep, and now Prairie Ridge looking to cut into that lead with the ball here, and he's driving, and gets fouled there by Keegston. We got Jalen Rios coming in to get him after what was just his first foul of the game.
How about it, right? So you're a freshman, you're starting on varsity. It's one thing to be a freshman and start on varsity. It's another thing to lead your team in minutes. And I think this is our first time seeing Chad go to the bench. He's been out here. He's been making a difference for his team. Really proud of him. Nice to see that.
Yup, you can definitely tell just by watching. Him and Ashley are the leaders of the team, the freshman and the senior. Something that you don't see too much, but he's stepping up and leading the team just as much as Ashley is. And now, ball going the other way to Cary Grove. Prairie Ridge. Cary Grove coming up later today.
You guys off today?
No, we actually play at 7:30 against Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Jaden Henderson, huh?
Yep, Jaden Henderson.
James got an
Hayes
answer for him?
boys. We'll see. Yeah, no, Lane McVigor's been having a good tournament so far.
Okay.
Yeah, in our first game, he had 21 points through 3 quarters, and he's been doing a good job
What's
locking
his
up
number?
23.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job guarding the other team's best defenders every night. So
I had you guys against Grades Lake Central. That was a pleasure for me to call. I had a lot of players from AGB on the Grades Lake team, as well as yourself and Dylan Marquis and Derek Richardson from South Elgin. So, and then Jaden Henderson, also AGB. So, a little self-plug. I just love seeing guys that I coach out here playing the sport. What we do at the travel level is, it's all in preparation for the winter, right? We tell you guys all the time. Success in the winter comes from work in the summer. So it's nice just to see the guys get a chance to put their hard work out on the floor.
Yup, and Grays Lake Central ended up pulling out the win against South Elgin the other day.
Yeah, my guy Doomy had that nice and one drive towards the baseline there late in the fourth quarter to kind of put that one away. I thought that was a good game, though. You guys could have won that game, could have won either way. I just thought they had a little bit more foot speed on the perimeter.
Yup. And now Keegson almost able to pick that one away.
Yeah, he kicked it. Almost got away with that one there, but kickball violation. I see a lot of teams nowadays, I don't know if you've noticed this, a lot of coaches are teaching the kickball, right? Because as much as it's a violation. It's a violation that stops fast breaks or stops really good passes. So they're teaching kids to kind of stay low and get that foot out if you have to. Do anything you can to deflect that ball and make them take it out of bounds if they must.
Yeah, and that take good by Samuel Baser. But yeah, that's something you definitely see a lot more now, just because it kind of just stops the offense from getting momentum. You're able to knock away a good pass and just stop them from getting those big plays. And now, ball out of bounds, going way of Prairie Ridge. Prairie Ridge down by 4. Grant Bulldogs up 42-38 here with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Man-to-man look, some dribble penetration on the back end. Again, I know I've been saying it all day. I am impressed with the way Prairie Ridge plays basketball. They don't have the talent pool that you want to have a strong season. But the style in which they play is a credit to their coach. They're moving without the ball. They know who they want to play through. Number 4 is the heart of the team, and he's doing a good job controlling tempo. This game does ultimately still come down to talent. You need guys that can put the ball in the hole, defend at the rim. They don't seem to have that this year, but they should be proud of the way they're playing.
Yeah, they look like a team that's just bought into their system, and that's why I think they're playing so well. And that time, the pass looked like it was going to go out of bounds after a little mix-up there, but Mason Luke's able to get it back and then dribbling down to the paint. Finds a nice opportunity there to dish it down to Samuel Baser and gets the and one, looking to see if he can put his team down by 1.
And this is the great thing about this game, right? So what stat is Mason going to get for that play, right? It's a huge play for Prairie Ridge. They're going to get this game within 1 or 2. But what stat does he get? There's no stat for that. He just happened to be the reason why it happened. That ball was heading out of bounds, but he's got 50-50 hustle urgency, and he comes up, gets the ball, makes a reversal, we get it inside. So not everything that you do great in this game gets put into a stat book, but Mason is absolutely controlling the pace of this sport.
Yep, now we have a timeout here by, not sure who took the timeout, but let's take this opportunity to hear from our sponsor, Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom the Plumber at tomtheplumberinc.com. But now, with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, you're watching the Grant Bulldogs against Prairie Ridge. Grant up by 2 at the score of 42-40. Grant obviously in the red, and Prairie Ridge with the home white and maroon. We're here at the annual Jim Hinkle Holiday Classic, hosted here at Jacobs High School, broadcasted by the Beacon Academy. And I'm Daryl Barnes here with Coach Rick Williams.
Yeah, and you are here with me by design. I reached out to my good friend Ben Erickson last night, and I said, hey, you want any help here? I can do another game. He said, Daryl Barnes is running the morning games. I said, say no more. I will be there. Pleasure to be here with you, Daryl. I've had a chance to help you on that side, teach you how to play the game. Now I get a chance to talk the game with you, having a ton of fun.
Yep, and always a pleasure to be with you, Coach. And now Prairie Ridge working the ball inside, kicking it out. And then a good take, and he kind of tried to hang in the air there as Ashley may have altered that shot.
Yeah, if you want to hang in the air with Mikhail Ashley, you better hang in the air for a long time. He's going to be up there.
Yep, and that time Keeson not able to get it to go, but gets his own offensive rebound, and that time he's able to put it up and put it in, giving his team a 4-point lead. Those are his 10th and 11th points on the night.
And if you notice, Chad was thinking pass first. That's what Chad does. He's always thinking of where his teammates are. It took him a second to realize that he was the one underneath the rim not being defended. So he down with 11 points into double digits. He's having a real nice ball game here.
And Prairie Ridge doing a nice job driving and kicking. And that time they're not able to get that one to go. 6-7, you can't really go against that. Neil Knudsen not just puts that one straight into the mats, but they're doing a good job of driving and kicking and finding the open man. They're not trying to force too much. Now looking to inbound it, and ball goes across half court, but nobody touched it yet. So no harm done, and taking it to the hoop, Ryan Hansen having a couple of strong takes to the basket this half.
Chad a little banged up on that one. Looks like he may have jammed a finger.
Yeah, he's holding it a little bit, trying to shake it out, see if he can get some blood flowing back to it. But Hansen, first free throw, up and good. Hansen now with 8 points on the night. His team's second leading scorer, right behind Mason Lux. Second throw, up and in as well. And that's something that will definitely make a difference in a close game.
We've been treated to a good game here, Daryl. I mean, this game is, I think the biggest lead we've seen is 4 to 6 points here by Grant. But this has been a 2 to 4 point game all game. Credit to both teams. Again, we expected this, right? Not great records. They should be playing with a sense of urgency. Both teams want to win this ball game. You can tell.
Yep, and free throws very well could be the difference both in this game and in pool play, as free throw percentage is the tiebreaker. Ashley, that one no good. And Jalen Rios finds a way to get that basket in that and one, sending himself to the free throw line. But in the event that there is a tie in this pool, free throw percentage could be the difference. And both teams not shooting too many free throws this game, but shooting a decent percentage.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ghost stat, I call it. You know, people don't talk about it much, but you win at the free throw line, you win the turnover differential. These are the ways that you win ball games. When people focus so much on makes and misses like that, beautiful, beautiful play, and that'll garnish everyone's attention. But from a coach's point of view, no glory in the free throws, but that's where the game is won and lost often.
Yup, Ryan Hansen again with a good take to the basket. He's starting to come alive here in this second half, as Prairie Ridge is turning up the pressure, going back to their press, and they're going to call him for a travel down there. He was trying to go baseline, try and kick it out, find somebody, but Prairie Ridge did a nice job of just denying that corner pass that you often look for when driving baseline, the baseline drive, baseline drift, and Hansen hoisting up another one, that one no good. And they're going to get, who is that, Ryan Goodshaw there with the foul. But Prairie Ridge turning up the pressure now.
Yeah, I mean, they as they should. It's a 2-point ball game, and they can't sit back. You sit back, Grant's going to beat you. They're just too long. But if they go after them and force some turnovers, they might be able to get this game.
Yep, and then Chad Keeson went up, came down. Ref is going to say that it was a jump. Keeson doesn't agree, but
it's an absolutely great call. You go up for a shot, the defender blocks it, and both the defender and the offensive player come down with the ball. That's an automatic jump ball. So nice call by the ref, and that's why he's a freshman.
Yep, and then Grant tried to send a double there, but Mason able to avoid it, kick it out to the corner, but the three no good. Keeson with the rebound, hoisting it up. I think he thought there was a lot less time on the clock, but there's still 30 seconds left of action in this quarter, and then the ball's going to be going the wrong way. Yeah.
Speaking of freshmen, you see the coach doesn't even flinch, right? Because it's built in. When you start a freshman in a high school varsity game, you expect some of those things to happen. No big deal here. Chad can make up for it with a nice play here. He's still having a nice game. But I am going to give him a hard time about that later.
Yo, you saw his teammate Mikhail Ashley talking to him after that one. But now 8 seconds left in this quarter. Let's see if Chad can make it up or if Mikhail can hit another buzzer beater like he did earlier this game. Picks it over and the layup no good. And that's the end of 3 quarters of action here at the first game of the third day of the Jim Hinkle Holiday Classic. We'll see you guys right after this commercial break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I meant.
And we are back. First, a quick word from Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a certified new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. So, Coach Rick, Grant is up 2 points to start the fourth quarter, 46-44. You got your guy, Chad Keeson, with 11 points. Mikhail Ashley with 15. What do you think is going to be the key for them to hold this narrow lead throughout the game?
Well, this is a perfect situation for both coaches, right? Everyone's in the ball game. So if you want to mix up your defenses, if you want to run your sets, this is the time to do it. This game is in the balance. It belongs to anyone. I look to see Grant impose their will inside. They have the size advantage, and yet they still seem to be a little too perimeter-oriented for my liking. Prairie Ridge, on the other hand, just keep doing what you're doing. Play through young man Mason and be aggressive. Get your shot off when you get an opportunity and pressure the basketball.
Yep, and let's see which one of them will be able to foul through with this and get one of their few wins on the season, with Grant being 1-9 and Prairie Ridge being 0 for 11. Prairie Ridge coming out in this 3-2. And now picking up Ashley up near the volleyball line.
And so you see Prairie Ridge then just trying to force Grant to think a little bit. We played your man in the third. Well, we're going to come back out in our matchup zone, but here we are. Leading scorer finds himself in the open in the corner again, and he's up near 18 points, and that's a big-time shot.
Yup, seemingly unfazed. And then Mason looks, coming back the other way, and hits a three of his own. He said, I am not letting my team fall out of this game.
Let's go. We got ourselves a ball game here, Daryl.
Yup, and now Grant moving the ball with a little bit of urgency with this pressure, driving in, kicking out. And then ball still moving. Ashley trying to drive it in, loses it for a little bit, but then Keeson able to get it. And
Nice
down in the
footwork.
paint, fakes and blocked shot. And then Mason Lux, the smallest player on the court, comes up with a rebound, pushes it up the court. And now pulling up for another three. And that was no good.
Everybody who plays this game knows what that is. That's called a heat check, right? Mason's got it going. He's feeling good. He could have put his team up by one there. I have no problem with that shot. You have to be aggressive in this sport. And it's still their ball, so no harm lost there.
Yup, Hansen able to get the offensive rebound there to save the team's possession. Or extend the possession, and then here's Lux with another one. That one no good. And now Grant turning around trying to see if they could extend their 2-point lead. Down low, Neil Knudsen pushed out the way, and looks like they're in the bonus, so they're going to be shooting 1-1 the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you can tell that Mason has a green light from his team, but you can also tell that he's earned that green light, right? Anytime you're the one that's leading your team in hustle plays, getting to those 50-50 balls, boxing out, playing post defense against guys twice your size, no one on your team is going to give you a hard time when you lead them in shot attempts. That's the way the game is designed. I think everyone respects the way he's approaching the sport, and if they're going to win this game, it's going to be on the back of his play.
Yup, him and Ryan Hansen, who's done a lot of those hustle plays himself, getting a lot of and ones down low, just off offensive rebounds as Knudsen hits that one. But now down 4, let's see how Prairie Ridge responds. Driving kick there. And that shot just a little bit long. Bit long there by Samuel Basser. Now Keeson dribbling up the court, in and out, over to the wing. And then driving in.
Tough shot.
That one no good, and just hustle there by both teams. And that was a nice job of Chad being able to get the ball out of his hands before he fell back court. Now we're seeing Grant slow it down. Ashley trying to get them into some kind of offense.
Oh, thought he shot the gap there, almost got a steal. Sits back into his man.
Yup, and Chad trying to take them, but Grant here is in no rush. They know that they're up by 4, and with 5.5 minutes to go, they know that they can afford to slow down this game.
Nice patience there by Chad, knowing that he's got the lead, no rush.
Yup, right now they're playing how our coach over at South Elgin, Brett Johnson, likes to play. He says, to pass up a good shot for a great shot. Just keep working until you guys can get a great shot. And that's what they're working for, is they have the lead, and Prairie Ridge isn't putting too much pressure on them right now.
Yeah, that's one of our coachisms, right? You hear coaches say a lot of the same things, and we should, right? There's not a matter of reinventing this wheel. The wheel of basketball is a beautifully designed thing, and so when you have a lead, this is what you do. But you gotta take care of the ball, especially when number 4 is around.
And that time, Mason Lux is able to get the fast break finish. And now just down by 2. Let's see what Prairie Ridge does, or let's see what Grant does to respond. And that time, no one really flashing on that trap, leaving Neil Nuxon just stranded, but they were able to get that one down low. Luke Bedrosian. And now Ryan Hansen taking it to the basket. Now he has 13 points on the night.
And that's not the first time he's done that, right? He has slashed to the basket and finished quite often here in this ball game. So I know I've been spending a lot of attention talking about Mason, but you've done a good job of pointing out that number 15 has been just as instrumental in this close game as Mason has. But that's a nice take at a crucial time.
And now with this timeout, we'll take this timeout to hear from Custom Heating and Cooling. For all of your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland. Featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service, find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. So now we have just 4 minutes left, just under 4 minutes, 3:58 left, and we have the Grant Bulldogs up by 2 against Prairie Ridge, who's putting together a nice game despite being 0 for 11. They've yet to win a game this season, but they definitely think this one could be theirs. But Grant not trying to let that happen, as you talked about earlier.
Yeah, I mean, records don't tell the whole story, right? If I've played 11 games and they've all been against superior talent, and I haven't gotten a win yet, that doesn't necessarily mean that I've got a bad basketball team, right? It just means I wasn't the better team those nights. But when we come out here to play this game, you still got to beat me. You got to beat me to 50-50s. You got to make more shots than I'm going to make. And what I'm seeing right here is a team that is putting Grant in that position to have to beat them. They're not laying down. It's been fun to watch.
Yup, it has been. And now Prairie Ridge coming back with a tough defense, trying to smother Grant a little more and force them into making mistakes.
Look at that.
Mason just,
man, you got to love that.
yeah, that's just something you don't always see. Sometimes you see guys, they'll tip the ball and they'll be a little too cool to dive on the floor. But Mason, he's just, you can tell he wants to play.
Yeah.
That's heart right there, just wanting to dive on the floor, trying to save that ball after tipping it loose. And we're going to get another timeout here.
Yeah, I tell you what I'm disappointed in right there. So, and anyone who plays for me knows this, right? I hope you remember this. Anytime your teammate sacrifices their body to go to the floor for you, the least you can do is go pick them up, right? I like to see an entire army of kids going up to pick up their teammate when they dive on the ball, especially when the ball is dead after that. After that, it stood out to me that no one went over to get him. Ryan maybe gave him a pat on the back, but I like to see that could be a momentum builder that leads to winning this game. That entire bench, the coaching staff, everyone should be charged up by the play of Mason. But we'll see if they can capitalize on this, but that's still great play. I just want more energy behind it.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, we're going to hear from Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. Now Prairie Ridge turning up their zone, trying to turn it into a press or a trap a little bit. And now Rios trying to find Keekson down low, and that one just goes out of bounds.
And that's called mission accomplished if you're Coach Ryan Smith, right? He calls the timeout, and he says, we're going to surprise trap them right here, and we want to get a turnover. We're down 2, and he gets the turnovers. timeout before the backcourt violation. In case you don't know, you do have to establish yourself in the front court before you can touch that basketball. It looked to me like maybe only 1 foot had crossed, but it doesn't matter. Here we are. We're in a situation with 49 seconds left. It's your ball, side out of bounds, and you're down 2 points. You need your best inbounds play, or maybe just get it in safely and then run something from there. But you need a basket here.
Yup, and now with 50 seconds left to go in the game, we're going to look over at Custom Heating and Cooling for all of your heating or cooling needs. Count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency for service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. So, like you said, Prairie Ridge has an opportunity here to tie it up or take the lead. They got 50 seconds left on the clock, down by 2. If you're the coach in here, what are you telling them?
Well, listen, there's 2 approaches to this situation. You call an inbounds play that is designed to get a shot off the look, or you simply throw that ball way back there and you do something safe. You get the ball in the hands of your best player, Mason Lucas, or Ryan Hansen, and you get downhill, right? You want to get downhill. You want to force Grant to have to stop you, and then go from there.
All right, now let's see what they do. Get a shot, open shot in the corner, and then that one no good for Mason again. It seems like just his well is run dry in this fourth quarter.
And they did. They went with option A, try to run the inbounds play for the shot. They got the shot they wanted. Oh, almost got away with a reach in there. But you got to make the shot. And like you said, Mason has really gone cold here down the stretch. But this game is far from over. We want to see him stay confident and be ready to roll.
And that one no good there for Carter K. Perhaps feeling a little bit of that pressure with these big free throws with 30 seconds left. Let's see if the second one is good. And it is. Now down by 3, Prairie Ridge, 30 seconds. Don't necessarily have to go for 3.
Just poise here, that's what you're looking for. He has been so good at that. So good at that. He has slashed to the rim all day. That was well timed. You're going to put more pressure here on Grant. You can foul them if you want to. You don't have to foul them, though. If you can create a trap situation right now, you want to do that. But you don't want too much time to go off this clock. So go ahead and foul, because nothing bad can happen. They make both shots. You're still in a one-possession game. But that's a nice time drive there. It doesn't put you in a situation where you have to shoot.
Yep, and we've talked so much about Mason Lux, but Ryan Hansen has really been that interior presence for him. He's really done a good job also of providing those hustle plays and just taking care of business inside the arc. But now, let's take a quick moment and hear from Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. So now 23.1 seconds left of this game. Afterwards, we'll get a nice matchup between Johnsburg and Streamwood, I believe. Yeah, it looks like Johnsburg and Streamwood down there both getting ready to go and take the court after this one, but we still got time to play.
Yeah, more AGB players coming up in that game as well, so looking forward to that. But right now, I'm looking forward to the end of this game, 1-point game. A little pressure here. Like I said, they're going to look for the trap early. Almost got the steal, and now it's foul time. Oh.
And they're still going for that steal, and
they got
one. Now Ryan Hansen taking it to the basket and got fouled. And,
interesting.
And whether they call this shooting or not, he'll at least be going to the free throw for a 1-and-1. The refs is discussing it, whether he's going to be shooting or not.
I got an assistant coach over there on the Grant bench shaking his leg right now, doing his best to control himself. They've got to be beside themselves right here that they gave up a turnover. You absolutely got to get yourself fouled there. It looked like Grant was trying to still advance the basketball. If you're trying to advance the basketball and score the ball there, you got to explain to me why. I think that ball needs to be in a four-corner spacing situation. And you're in layup mode, don't get me wrong. If you can get a layup, take it. Other than that, you want to be put on the free throw line. The clock is your friend. But Prairie Ridge got the turnover that they want. Now, we got to go to the line. We got to knock down both of these, and we can still win here. Our first win of the game of the year can come as a result of good free throws.
Yep. And now real quick, for all your heating and cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland. Featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service, find them online at customheatingcooling.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes.
Speaking of heating and cooling, that's been the story for Mason Lux down the stretch. I mean, he started off really hot. We gave him love, and I'm still giving him love for the spirit in which he's played. But here down the stretch in the fourth quarter, he's really gone cold. But it hasn't mattered because Ryan Jensen has stepped up in his stead and really put this team on his back. So here we are. A situation, go to the line. Your best scorer of the day, go to the line, make 2 free throws, and get yourself in a position to win your first game of the year.
Yup, and definitely a little bit of pressure here for Ryan Hansen as he's going to the line for where I'm still not sure if they said is going to be 1 or 2.
That definitely was on the floor, but it's a 1-and-1 situation, so he's going to need to make the front end. But you know, they say pressure bust pipes, so let's see what happens here.
Yup. Now look for Grant to really focus on boxing out on this shot and it looks like Grant's calling another timeout, trying to ice the shooter.
Yeah, give Ryan a few more minutes to think about this a little bit. I've never been a fan of that. I don't know. It didn't work for me when I was a player. I mean, it's a free throw. I'm going to shoot it when it's time to shoot it. But for some people, maybe it does work. But yeah, give yourself every chance. Maybe it's not just that, right? Maybe he wants to switch up his defense or something like that. But either way, the situation has not changed. Ryan Jensen with a chance to give his team the first win of the season. But Grant does not want to be that team that gives up the first win to Prairie Ridge.
Yup, and just real quick, let's hear from another sponsor. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Rosen. So yeah, Ryan Hansen getting a chance to really let these moments sink in, the pressure sink in, but let's see if he's like you as a player, if he's still going to be able to come out stone cold and hit these.
I'm not seeing his age. I don't know if he's a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, whatever, but either way, he's not under too much pressure here. Even if he misses them, they're still in a foul situation, double bonus. So this is a one-possession ball game. No pressure on yourself, young man. Go to the free throw line, knock down some shots.
Yup, and 9.5 seconds left in the game, down by 1. Ryan Hansen puts it up, and it's good. So we're tied up here with 9 seconds left to go. This shot could be big, could decide the game. And it's no good, but he gets his own rebound, and then he's able to take it back to the basket and gets his own rebound on the floor, but his foot was out of bounds.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And what a sequence of events. What hustle there.
All right, so now you've got 4.5 seconds left. This is the time you call your timeout. I expect to see this ball in the hands of Mikal Ashley. I'm sorry, or Ashley. Mikal Ashley, and have him make a play. He did it at the end of the second quarter, I believe, or third, or one of these quarters. He's already ended it with a shot. So let's give him an opportunity to do it again. Problem is, this is not the NBA, so we've got to take it out back here on this baseline, and we've got to advance it all the way in 4 seconds. That's plenty of time. 2, 3, 4 dribbles in 4 seconds. So you got time to make a play. You can make a pass. You can make a screen. But I expect either Mikal Ashley or Chad Geetskin to get this ball right here.
Yep. But now, let's hear from Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. But if you're just tuning in, 4.5 seconds left. The game is all tied up here between the Prairie Ridge Wolves and the Grant Bulldogs. This is a good one, folks. We got 4 seconds to get all the way up the court, and let's see who Grant goes to.
Token 2-2-1 pressure from Prairie Ridge.
And Prairie Ridge calling the timeout after seeing what they came out in.
You know, I had thought about this earlier. I didn't mention it, but I thought it stood out to me the fact that there weren't a lot of timeouts called in this game. If you think about it, you and I had a lot of time to talk. There wasn't a lot of stoppage of play, but now you're seeing the remnants of that. Is both teams have lots of timeouts here down the stretch to really get their team where they want to go. So I don't know if he's going to stick into this 2-2-1 pressure, but that will open up a flash to the middle. But will Grant have the wherewithal to see it?
Yep, and now a word from my father's business, Daryl Barnes Photography, for all your photographic needs, team sports, family, portraits, etc. Call him at Daryl Barnes Photography. Visit him at darylbarnes.com or 972-203-5767.
The great Daryl Barnes. Go see him.
Yep, that's Daryl Barnes Sr. But now 4.5 seconds left to go. Game still tied up. Prairie Ridge taking the court, getting ready for what could be the last play, but what they're hoping will turn into overtime.
Yeah, this is interesting. So they're going to put their 2 best players up here.
And another timeout called.
This is fun. As a coach, I'm telling you, this is a ton of fun. What they're doing is each one is trying to get the other one out of something different. So you come out in a 2-2-1. All right, well, I have something ready for you. Well, I'll call a timeout. Okay, well, then I'm going to come out in a man-to-man. Oh, well, then I'm going to call a timeout. So at some point, this 4.5 has to play itself out. And it's really going to come down to not X's and O's, but more Jims and Joes. It's just going to be, can a player make a play? And if they can, it won't matter what these coaches are drawing up. It's just going to be about, now the ball goes into you guys' hand. This is when, as a player, you just got to enjoy the moment and make a play.
Yep, and amidst this chess match between the coaches, let's hear it from Custom Heating and Cooling. For all your heating and cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. And now, both sides here are ready to do whatever it takes to try and get this win, whether it be in overtime or here in the last 4.5 seconds of regulation.
What do you think? Another timeout here, or do you think we're going to actually play this thing out?
You know, they got one more left, but I think we may be seeing the ball inbounded on this play.
Yeah, I don't know. You and I might be in for some extra basketball, or we could have a one shining moment for one of these young men from Grant or Prairie Ridge. You don't underestimate the power of a steal here. But this should be fun to watch. Here we go. Looks like man-to-man.
Yep, and trying to get the ball to the middle. And
there's a flash. Oh.
And that one ends up in the hands of Prairie Ridge, but they don't get the shot off in time. And we're going to overtime.
Yeah. After all of that, all the timeouts, like I told you, it wouldn't be about X's and O's. It'd be about players making plays. And when that ball got in bounds, I don't know, the young man who had it had a bit of a deer in headlight look. Didn't get the look that they wanted, but that's okay. We got extra ball. Somebody's got to win this ball game.
Yep. And now let's kick it over to commercial break right before we come back for overtime action.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
And now 4 minutes are on the clock for the overtime period of action here at the Jim Hinkle Holiday Classic. Now, real quick, before we start this overtime action, we're going to hear from Rosen. Looking for a new or certified pre-owned Hyundai? Save time, shop online, shop at Rosen Hyundai. RosenHyundai.com. Rosen. Anyways, now for overtime action, we got Neil Nugson set to tip. Well, wins the tip, really. Wide open.
Oh, no.
And just smokes the layup.
Oh, no.
It was a little too open there, I guess. But now Prairie Ridge ends up with the ball.
Nice little loop action here for Ryan. Ashley the wiser, he saw it, got the switch.
Yup, now we're starting to hear from the Grant bench, and Ryan tries to rise up and take a three, but I think the three was actually tipped there by Mikal Ashley. And it's going to be going the other way now.
That's a good contest there by Mikhail Ashley. I know Ryan Jensen's looking for the foul there. That's a tough call for a ref to make. You didn't make any advancement towards the hoop. You just kind of pull up. They'd like to see you move the ball a little bit, try to get downhill, then they'll give you a foul.
Yep, but talk about going downhill. Mikhail Ashley tries and take it down low, but that one doesn't go, and now Mason Lux dribbling it up, pass it over, gets it right back. Ryan Hansen coming to the corner, but they're going to give it to the other Ryan.
Little flex action here. Nice pump fake.
Up and takes it to the basket. Just go up and then scoop it back down and around, and he'll get to the free throw line. Now Luke Wolf looking to put his team up by 1 or 2. He has 2 points on the night. Now make that 3.
I think that's the first lead for Prairie Ridge since the first quarter, and that's a testament to just their grind-out approach to this game. They've never went away, and even though Grant has hit them in the mouth a couple of times with some big plays by Mikhail and Chad and others, they just have never gone away, and here they are with a 1-point lead.
Yep, now Grant trying to see if they can regain the advantage. And that shot no good for Mikhail Ashley, but they get an offensive rebound and it's down low for Day, and that one no good either. And now finally Prairie Ridge comes down with the rebound, and they're taking it back up the court. Mason Lux making something happen for his teammates. Gets the open 3 for his boy Connor Linden.
Big time shot off the dribble penetration of Mason Lux. And here we are, Prairie Ridge with a chance to win their first game of the year. And almost got a turnover there, but it will stay Grant's ball. You got to get an answer here for Grant. You want to score here. You do not want to go back down the other way to play defense down 4 in overtime. All the momentum is on Prairie Ridge's side.
Yep, and those were Connor Linden's first points of the game, his first 3 points of the game, but they came at a timely time. And all near turnover there.
There it is.
But
that's a big shot by
Chad with the 3.
Big time.
And Chad Keekson, the freshman, with the big shot. The big 3 to keep them within 1 now.
Big time players make big time plays, and that's what that was. That's just big time 3-pointer. Nicely timed. Now they're back in position to win this game, but they need a stop.
Up now Prairie Ridge looking for something down low in the paint, and Mason Lux, the smallest player on the court, comes down with the offensive rebound. And now looks like we're going to be going back to the line, but let's get a replay of that Chad Keekson 3 real quick.
His quality spin, that spin that he's known for, he knows it's good when he gives you that little right fade. So that's a big time shot for the freshman in a big moment.
Yep, and now that free throw good there by Mason Lux, giving him 18 points on the night. Now tied for the scoring lead in terms of individual stats, and now he is the game's leading scorer with 19. So up by 3, Prairie Ridge trying to get the ball back against Grant. And now Grant kicking it out to Day. Day for 3, and that's good. Or Carter K, sorry.
Yeah, that's off the penetration of Chad Geetsman. We got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Neither one of these teams want to lose a game. Day after Christmas, morning game. Got to be proud of these young guys for coming out and playing so hard.
Yep, especially in these AM games. A lot of times comes down to who wants it more, and Ryan Hansen, he's wanted it all morning.
Dribble penetration by Ryan Hansen. That's been one of the key components of the offensive attack by Prairie Ridge. And so he hit the big free throw to tie the game. Now he's in a situation to hit another big free throw to take the lead.
We talked about it earlier. They had the perimeter-oriented attack from Mason Luck, who's hit 4 or 5 threes throughout the game, and now they're getting this interior presence from Ryan Hansen, really taking advantage down low with these offensive boards that they're getting. Now he hits both free throws.
1-point game, some token pressure. Looks like they're going to end this game in a matchup. Some movement. I expect this ball to get in that. Oh, my.
Oh, yeah, and that time he caught it in his footwork. He caught it with the right foot first and then put the left foot down, but then he tried to switch his pivot foot and jab with the right, and The ref saw that right away.
That's where you got to be careful, right? You want continuity. You want to have a free flow to your offense. But in a one-point game, in overtime, when you've got one win on the season, you want to call something that's specifically designed to get the ball in the hands of 34 or 22. That's what I'm doing if I'm on the coaching side. And right now from Prairie Ridge, same idea. That ball's playing through Ryan's hands and through Mason's hands.
Yup. Ryan able to dish it down low to the other Ryan, and Hansen is down for a minute. Let's see, he was grabbing something. They're grabbing his elbow a little bit, came down hard. But looks like Chad Keegson will be going to the free throw line on the other end for what's now double bonus, so he'll be shooting too.
I just want to say before he even takes this, it just makes me happy to see a freshman in an opportunity to have big shots, big moments. You can't replace this as far as learning opportunities for the young man.
Yep, and these minutes will certainly be big for his development as he hits the first one.
That's one thing about Chad. He does not rattle easy. He's a cool, calm, collected customer. And so I expect him to come to the line, hit both of these.
And let's see if he does. And just like you said, now down by one with the ball, Prairie Ridge. Mason Lux dribbling it up the court. Looking Grant back in that 3-2 zone.
Oh,
and they're looking
dangerous
inside, kicking it out again. And that time the three is no good by Luke.
Big time rebound. Big time rebound by the freshman Chad Keegson. He's really taken over this overtime. I know that we've sort of pegged Ashley, Mikhail Ashley as the player of the game, and rightfully so. He's had a really strong game. But here in the overtime, it's been the freshman Chad Keegson who's hit a couple big shots and hit the big assist in the corner. To sort of control this game. And that was after Prairie Ridge came out hot to start the overtime.
Yep, now Ashley with 2 free throws of his own. Now has 19 points on the night. This next one looking to give his team a 3-point lead and put him above that 20-point threshold.
Coach reaching for his clipboard. I expect a timeout, whether make or miss, and give yourself a chance to tie this game.
And he's actually telling his team to go push it up. And he was trying to get the ball up the court so he could call the timeout.
Yep.
And Mason Lux
nice job by the coach.
Voice it up, but coach called the timeout beforehand.
I've been in that situation before where you do that. You're telling the ref, I want a timeout. Your player doesn't hear you. They shoot the ball and it goes in, and everyone in the crowd goes, "Oh, Rick, what are you doing?" It's like, man, I wanted my timeout. Your kid needs to listen.
Yep, but real quick, another word from Custom Heating and Cooling. For all your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland. Featuring sales, installation, and 24 hours emergency service, find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. So it's definitely been a good one here at the Jim Hinkle Holiday Classic. You may have looked at the game, at these teams' records before the game started and thought, 0-11, 1-9, it might not be the best game, but they haven't played like two teams that only have one combined win.
Not at all, Daryl. Not at all. I mean, and they shouldn't, right? Whatever happened yesterday has nothing to do with what we're doing today. You want to be in the present, in the now. That's what sports is all about. And so right now, in this moment, Prairie Ridge needs a three-pointer, and that's all that matters. They need a strong play to get. I expect Mason Locust-Aluk, who has not hit here in the fourth quarter, but I expected them to still go to their heart and soul and see if they can't find him open.
Yep, and now they inbound the ball to Luke Wolf.
Here he comes off the double screen. Nice switch by Ashley. Gotta get it up. Whoa.
And that one just no good in a heartbreaker, but Grant ends up pulling it out. The Grant Bulldogs win 64-61. And that was a good game.
It was. It was. Nice presence of mind by Ashley McHale to see the double screen and switch last minute. You always want to open up after your double screen so that you, the screener, can be an option. That's some high-level basketball that I don't expect to be seeing too much here at this level. But in either case, we were treated to a well-played ball game this morning. Congratulations to Grant on their second win, and shout out to my guy, Chad. Nice game, my man.
Yep, and now we're going to cut to a quick commercial, and then we're going to come back with a post-game interview.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Well, I'm here right after Michael Ashley. My apologies for calling you Macau throughout the game. But how did it feel to go out there and get that win?
It felt great. We haven't had one in a while, and it felt good to get one. And yeah.
Yeah, so y'all were coming into the game just 1-9. What's been going on throughout the season? Because y'all looked really good out there despite what the record would suggest.
We just went out there. We stuck to the game plan. We did everything we had to do to win the game.
Yep, okay. And I want to point out just your buzzer beater before halftime. What was going through your mind when you took that shot?
I just wanted to shoot it. I mean, I made a good move on him. I was like, I'm pulling. Yeah.
Yep. Well, 20 points, and I'm sure a bunch of boards. I'd say you were the biggest guy out there. You were most aggressive going towards the boards. I would say you probably had a double-double. But congratulations on a great game and a great win in overtime.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, and that's all for the game. Grant Bulldogs, Michael Ashley, and the Grant Bulldogs pulled that one out.
The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for all your photographic needs. Senior portraits, family portraits, sports, and more. Visit Daryl online at darylbarnes.com.